Let's have Void join us first. Welcome, Void.
What's going on, dude?
Hey, nice. I'm sorry. I kind of invited you earlier in the week, and then I forgot about it until I forgot that I had invited you. So I apologize for not getting back to you sooner. So tell us why you were once a big supporter, and how much money are we talking about that you once gave Phil?
Well, currently on his leaderboard, it says that I gave him 180 subs.
Okay.
So multiply that by 5.
Okay, so you're giving him a great deal of money. And what happened that you stopped deciding to support him so much?
Well, so I stopped actually supporting him at the end of October because he started saying that he was going to have Boogie 2988 on his show. And, I can't support somebody that's going to have a grifter to the scale of Boogie on his show. So I just stopped giving because that guy's a piece of shit.
I don't know much about Boogie, except I saw him I saw Keemstar burying him or something.
I think they're all buddies.
Yeah. Oh, no, but isn't Boogie the one who faked cancer?
Exactly.
Yeah, come on.
Exactly.
I caught a guy faking, listen to this one. I caught a guy who faked brain cancer. And then the whole community got together and they held a special dinner for him as a fundraiser. And they gave him thousands and thousands of dollars. And then they had these raffles where they were giving away these gift cards that were $500 gift cards to Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, Target, right? This fucking lowlife, not only did he fake cancer, he stole the gift cards from his own cancer benefit, right? That is bad. That is pretty bad.
That is.
All right, so
totally bad.
So you just kind of said, well, I'm not going to give him any more money if he's going to host Boogie, right? And is that it? I thought there was more to the story, though, right?
So I just stopped at that time actually giving him more subs. The whole thing actually really started when my friend actually passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
He actually left in his will that I was going over, how taking care of an estate takes years and years and years kind of thing. So he's like, hey, give some subs to this fucking weirdo named Darkside Phil. But I was watching the casino at the time. And then I started watching it myself, and I'm like, really? This guy? Really? I want to give this guy money?
Oh, so it was somebody's dying wish to send money to Darkside Phil?
It wasn't his wish, but it was pretty much written in his estate, papers,
wow.
Poorly. So I started watching him when I heard the casino myself. And then what we heard was, oh, this guy kind of sweeps for pedophiles. He has this Darish guy and all this craziness. And it's oh, I really can't do this. But my wife's like, oh, yeah, you got to fucking do his wishes. You got to fucking make sure that you just separate yourself from it and do it. So I started giving him some subs. I noticed he started Kick. So I'm actually the very first Kick supporter of Darkside Phil.
So the Kick money is all your fault. The reason he's making so much money on Kick. Don't you think when people see big donors, they're more likely to also donate? I think that's kind of true.
I tend to agree because pretty much his entire chat on Kick is a bunch of LARPers that are just egging people on to give. A couple of times I fell into that thing where I just wanted to felt the trolls because there are dicks in my fucking Kick chat. The shit that they said in my Kick chat was disgusting, especially the pedophilia.
And we don't want to watch using that word anymore because we're on, say a PDF file. Because we're on PDF YouTube. File. Yes. So you stop giving him money, and then he starts doesn't he start bitching that you're not giving him money anymore?
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm just trying to establish. So you're giving him all this money, and then you stop. He reaches out to you, right, to see what's going on and why you stopped giving him money. Hey man,
right?
Turn the money back on, Void.
Through emails, because I was giving him some emotes for his DSP tries it, cookie emotes. I did McDonald's burger emotes for him when he was doing the in fries, that sort of thing.
Well, so it looks not only are you giving him money, but you're working for him for free, right? Giving him production material to help his shitty show. Sounds like a good supporter to me, Void.
Yeah, I was good. I was a good pay, wasn't I? He kept me in line, right? I was just handing him money and not asking questions. But what happened was that then I'm playing a video game one day back in late October. There was this guy named QQ on Kick. The guy's sitting in my chat talking to a bunch of people and just calling out Dark Side Phil, being like, why do you guys give to this fucking idiot? Oh, hopefully that's okay to swear or no swearing.
Try not, no F-bombs, but everything else is fine.
All right. So QQ was talking poorly about DSP. And then I noticed after I end the game, DSP's saying, how dare I talk bad about him? And I'm like, what? And he banned me from his chat. And I'm like, what's going on with this?
He bans you from his chat because somebody came in your chat and talked shit on him.
Yeah, but he changed the story.
You let that happen, Void. How dare you let somebody come in your chat and talk shit on him that's not even you, right? And for those unaware,
look at that chat.
If you're running a stream, sometimes, yeah, just like you said, you weren't even looking at the chat. Sometimes people say wacky shit in my chat, and I don't know about it until after the show and somebody points it out to me because it's hard to multitask and read every single thing in the chat. So he blames you for that and changes the story that it was you talking to Smack.
Yeah, it was actually one of the other pay pigs named Rend324. He ran to Phil and he was like, oh, Void's streaming right now. You should see he's talking in chat poorly about you.
Oh,
but
geez.
Rend slowly, if you look at kickchatlogs.com, you can actually see that he changed the narrative and said that it was QQ. But Phil still doesn't hear that. And at the same time, that was the day that I said, hey, you can really tell it's disability check month. Like, it's that time of the month.
Yeah. You ever notice that he gets most of his donos like right in the beginning of the month? There's a reason for that.
Yeah, like the disability checks are a real thing.
So SSI, disability, welfare checks, everything comes into the first of the month. So, and then he struggles near the end of the month to get any money because it's all like weirdos on disability, I guess. I don't know. So he permanently banned you then for this nonsense?
On that day, it was pretty much a perma-ban. He didn't unban me. Right now, I see if you're looking at Kick, QQ on Kick is actually in there right now because he's a good LARPer. But with everything, QQ is a good guy. He's a good guy. I like that guy. But with everything, he finally unbanned me. But him and his chat were like, oh, you got to apologize for the disability joke. That's fucked. But this disability joke is what PPP came out with. And if you look back at those messages, my DMs that I actually gave you, you'll notice in it, I had the conversation with him where I'm like, oh, he's like, it's fucked that you said the disability check joke all about my fans being on disability. And it's like, it's a joke, dude. And he's like, I'm like, well, PPP made the joke. And he actually called one of your supporters, who's actually a wheelchair person, and that would be Jade. And he made fun of Jade. Meanwhile, I didn't make fun of Jade. I made fun of all DSP supporters, calling them wheelchairs.
Okay, so that's where the wheelchair... I was a little confused on the wheelchair thing. I just want to take a moment, speaking of Kick, to thank Bloodwolf282, who just subscribed on Kick, and Jake Raz, who just subscribed on Kick. Big ups to you guys. Thank you for helping us to praise the cash. And we also have Codeine, Cruiser, Andy, Keemstar only platforms, Chomos, and 43s, and 220s. It's a strange way to make a living, I guess, right? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand the world of Keemstar. I only got to know him because he started trying to get into the world of UFOs. And somehow he followed me or I followed him. And then some of those weird things he does, like burying Boogie in a coffin or something at his campground, was coming across my feed. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. And Killer Queen bites the dust. With one for the gold, $10 says, I would like to see some documentation of this story. You can't expect people to believe a story like this without proof. He sent me the screenshots. I mean, I could screen share the screenshots. And
go ahead, dude.
Yeah,
share it up.
I guess I'll do that. But as I recall, though, the story that he's telling is accurate as depicted in the screenshots.
And feel free to bring up Kick Chat Logs and type in my name, and then you'll see my entire history of DSP gaming and all the comments that I've ever said in that chat. All can be verified. I have nothing to hide, dude. Like, the main thing is people have been always coming at me, claiming untruths. And DSP yesterday, once again, retconned the history of my whole interaction with the guy. It just is baffling what he continues to say about me when I can't defend myself because I'm banned. He banned me. So let's get back to the fact that of the story. So he banned me on November 1st, and that's when I sent him the DMs. You'll see the dates in it. And then he's like, oh, this is fuck. You were upset that I wouldn't play games with you. That's not what I said. I said, hey, Phil, why don't we have a community game night instead of you looking to game with all these big creators like Wings of Redemption, why don't we have supporters all play together so that you can get more money and things like that?
That's
And
fair.
Iron Cuck Sakai was like, yeah, let's do that. And Phil's like, you guys are retarded. You don't understand what my detractors will do. And it didn't make any sense because you could always play a private match with whomever you want, and detractors aren't able to actually ruin it. But that's not what Phil thinks, because Phil isn't a real gamer. He just plays video games in order to hurt idiots with their money.
Yeah, in order to have a way to beg.
Exactly.
Void was ban happy. It says Codeine Crusader Andy. Void was ban happy. He is YAGF. Do you know what they're talking about? Were you a mod over there and ban happy?
No, sir. So I also get blamed for banning people. I was never a mod on DSP's channel. Everybody thinks for some reason having a crown icon equated to being a mod. I was never a mod. You can check once again, kickchatlogs.com and look at the ban history and you'll see all the mods' names. I was never a mod. I was a VIP. I bought JPEGs from Phil, and that's what I got.
Okay.
But you know how people are, right? They'll like say anything to you.
Yeah, I noticed it's very divisive, even like among, it's not just Phil supporters and detractors. There's all these different camps. And here is the screenshots that you sent me. I never said anything. I said the disability check. That was it. What is your problem? You have, I stand with Phil. And he says the disability check was effed up. You demanding I just COD. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Okay. I'm playing with Kino Casino is effed up. Yeah, and I'm sorry, I'm struggling to read this because I'm half blind. Oh, and how
it's good, man.
Yeah, well, actually, I know a better way to do this. Just bear with me 1 second.
Yeah, for sure, man.
One. Now I can open it on my side. Yeah, but I did read these. I just cleaned off my desktop. I did read these. I had to make them bigger.
Oh, it's good, man. Take your time.
Yeah. So just for the benefit of the people that are asking for proof, you kind of gave me the proof of what happened.
Right? I gave you the receipts, my friend.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that. Okay, now I got it big. Duty publicly tweeting saying he's talked to you and tried to turn you against me. So yeah, you don't have a lot going on here. Phil, are you kidding? You were talking with PPP when he called out your supporter's wheelchair and made fun of Jade. You said nothing about it. And let me just get the other one here, and I can stop sharing this. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, so it seems to me from the screenshots like he's not really listening to your side of it, and he's very upset.
Oh, he gets all out of shape in there. And even better is that a tactic that Phil would do to people is keep them on unread, even emails that would take him days to get back to him. So I called him out in the DMs. I'm like, oh, Phil, is this another instance where it's going to take you days, or are you just going to ignore this message? Slandering me to like his viewers, whereby they're all coming to my Kick channel being like, how dare you disparage the king? Fuck the king, dude. Now's a fucking loser.
He really is. Now, here in this other message, it says, no, a joke about all of my contributors being on disability is not an innocent joke. When Ashton, Triple P, makes these kinds of jokes, he does it to be, he is not repeating, he does it to be funny. He's not repeating detractor memes to make them seethe. But apparently quite a lot of people are dumb and they don't get the joke. Do you think he's actually angry at me for not trying the Krabby Patty burger? And you said he specifically called out Jade, who is indeed disabled and in a wheelchair. So when Triple P does it, it's okay. He says, who are you? It's my day off, and I don't have to respond to anything. Just because you sent me money doesn't give you any right to, you sent him almost $1,000. Doesn't give you any right to demand anything, but it certainly seems like that's what you think. You are the one causing drama, not me. I'm going to give you one more chance to cut the shit. If I see or hear it again, you are going to be gone, permanently banned. Now stop DMing me with your bullshit. I'm too old and too busy for it. You told him to go fuck himself, and then you said, you accused me of something I never did, but of course, you have time to upload videos on your day off. Effing liar. So, you know, he's got the receipts to what he's saying. It's a shame that it ended that way. You were giving him all this money. You were helping him with his show, right?
Right there is the very end of my relationship with DSP. He banned me He banned me on X that day, and he banned me forever. Once again, my second ban
Well, this is
on
what
DSP gaming,
this is
right
this
there.
is this is what I don't understand. And I can only listen. I can only look at this through my own lens. But from my perspective as a show host, if there is a supporter and a donator that is helping me with my show and they're giving me lots of money, you got to kind of resolve whatever difference they have. Like one time I had a big donor who really, really didn't like that I had a certain guest on, and I had to talk to him and say, like, I'm sorry that you disagreed with my deciding to talk to that person, but even though you're a donator of mine, you don't get the right to make those decisions for me. But I'll hear you out. Why was platforming that person a bad decision? And then they told me how they felt about him and some ancient shit that person said 20 years ago. But it is what it is. Like I felt obligated because they were a big supporter and donator. He should have at least heard you out. And it's okay to agree to disagree with people, right? It's okay to say like, look, let's just get past this, turn the page and, move on. But I just don't understand the dark side, Phil. He's begging for pennies every day. And you're like the fifth person that I've talked to that's given him that large amounts of money, let's say $1,000 or more, that he has just shit all over and treat it like dirt. It doesn't make sense to me, except that this guy is like an entitled snob. And he just thinks, I have a clip of him saying like, fuck off, I'll ban you and I'll just get more supporters. I don't care. You're nothing to me. Like, this is how he talks to some of you guys.
100%.
I don't get it.
What's even worse is just then hearing the lore from everybody after they're like, why did you give him money? This guy like supports these people that, are into lolly and into PDF type behavior. And then finding out that there's this guy who made that shirt emote for me, the shirt rip emote?
Yeah.
That Phil that you always see everywhere. I gave this guy named Shy AF 10 subs to actually make that emote for Phil, and we gifted it to Phil. And so Phil now has that all the time. His fans all use it everywhere. But we find out that Shy AF is actually a PDF sweeper and has a bunch of mods under him that are sharing
I'm sure
lolly.
there's some controversy because if they're giving him money, he doesn't want to deal with that situation. He just wants to preserve them so that they can keep giving him money. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah, that's it's pretty low. And Dunk Style Mouth Drooler with a kind and generous $2 says ack. And we've got Codeine Crusader, 17 years of scamming, and you still supported this dude. Well, maybe he didn't know better. Some people don't know the history, right? And News Zen, it's truly amazing that Phil blatantly doesn't want to do things with his own fans in the way that detractors can't mess up, despite claiming, I am not about drama, dude. Yeah, you're right. And thank you, News Zen, one for the goal. And we've got Codeine Crusader, Andy. Wait, he is dropping details now. Last dono, though. I don't know what that is. I don't know what you mean. He has the receipts, right? He has the receipts.
My last donation was about probably October 21st, maybe.
Well, there you go.
2024.
Twice Stan just became a YouTube channel member. And for those unaware, if you become a YouTube channel member, we give you a big shout out and thank you. So big ups, shout out and thank you to Twice Stan. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. You're now a member. You get some extra goodies. So you're just permanently banned. You don't really have a desire to go back, though, do you? Like
no desire.
Oh, okay,
no desire.
Well,
so last night, QQ on Kick mentioned that $250,000 man who's in your Kick chat right now tried to have Phil give me an OG badge because $250,000 man was saying I was Phil's biggest supporter or biggest fan, I think he said. And so
I saw that clip.
Hilarious, right?
Yeah.
Hilarious. And Phil just started going off talking about me. And he's like, oh, he never emailed me saying an apology. Why would I apologize, Phil? What do I have to apologize for? You're the one shielding PDF type people in your group, like Shy AF.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
Like that's disgusting. Why would I want to be a part of that? And anybody that's supporting Phil now should know that this is what Phil does. He surrounds himself with these type of people that are into lolly and pedo sweeping.
That's pretty gross. But listen, I thank you for telling your side of the story. So I wanted to get some perspective of some of the big donors. We'll be inviting some of the other big donors to tell their story. And, besides you, I think I've talked to 3 or 4 people that have given him hundreds or thousands of dollars and got treated very, very poorly. I mean, maybe he wouldn't have to beg so much if he just learned how to treat his audience with kindness, right?
Exactly. But Steve, do you want to hear the rub on everything now?
Sure.
So the rub is that Kick, by accident, so I only legit gave Phil 80 subs. Kick gave him 100 subs somehow. So it equaled 180 subs. So I reached out to Kick and I'm like, hey, this is wrong. I never authorized 100 subs. And so Kick ensured that I got my money back after I did a chargeback.
Oh,
so
that's
really,
good.
I've only given 80 subs.